FIFA 11 on the Wii introduced a player career mode unique to its console, Streets to Stadiums. You begin as a footballer in a street league in hopes to receive a professional contract. So we'll be following the career of Lucas Chroonasio, a defender from China?
我在北京
Alright, I'll go with it. Lucas Chroonasio is half Chinese and half Brazilian. Not blessed with hair follicles, his idol was David Luiz.
Go, David!
At over 200 centimeters, he was a part of street side Facon Noir. How did he end up in France? On the team, there's Brazil and Wuchak up front, Lucio at center mid, your favorite defender, along with Milan Hajduk in net. There are multiple objectives in this mode. Firstly, you want to get off those streets and into a stadium, as the aim is a professional contract. You play 10 matches before a 3-game playoff, which determines the street champion, as well as your worth.
77 points.
During these, you earn XP to improve your players overall. By doing things like pass, tackles, skill moves, taking shots, and scoring goals, you can earn up to 30 every match. You also want to build up your fame level. It's 2010, so post clever tweets and memes on Facebook. Scratch that. All that's needed is to complete fame moments in matches, which you choose prior to each. You can select up to 3, which are given a value. Wait, could I choose all of them? Be warned, if you fail one, it will take away points from other fame moments. The only exception is the bonus fame moment, which has no consequences for failing. These objectives go from simple to downright absurd, especially as a defender. His debut in Brazil's favelas kicked off. Now we gotta complete a pass. That didn't quite work. With walls, fences, and even school buses surrounding our pitch, missing a shot can give you another chance for a goal, which was how the opener was found. Chroonasio's first attempt didn't go great, and neither would the next few. You might scoff at these graphics compared to what EA puts out now, but can you get hit in the balls in EAFC 25? Unfortunately, Chroonasio's side conceded. With 30 seconds left, the DJ increased the music's tempo, as Chroonasio had the chance to win it. No, what a fraud! And as golden goal began... Oh, golden goal? No! It was a disappointing loss for the boys, but they needed to forget that and fly to France to face first goal phantoms. Now, in a much larger pitch. Just pass it to me. What is that? What is that, keeper? Oh my gosh, I got nutted again. Are you kidding me? Thanks to Chroonasio, they conceded first. Attempting to finish the last fame moment, a chip shot went over the bar. He'd properly do it later, along with scoring his first career goal. With less than a minute to go, yes, lovely work. I pass it to myself. I go on a breakaway. Boom! That was the winner, and doing that gives you a bonus. You earn more XP, more fame, or game boosters. The latter are the exact same things from my FIFA 10 video. They're steroids. However, as we'll find out later, there's more to them than I initially realized. Staying in France, you thought we'd be playing the same type of street football? Non. This time, the nets were covered. Maybe the sewers were leaking? To score a goal, you have to hit the cover where it's supposed to be. Wait, that's a goal? But that means play never stops, and you can easily counter. Not that we did so effectively. Added with trying to achieve an annoying fame moment, we lost 3-1. Flying to Egypt to visit Mohamed Salah, it was a normal game against Shaka Sassi? Seriously though, who sponsors this league? Because is this a field or a palace? Regardless, despite this being a street league, nobody dribbles, as trying to complete a standing tackle is more challenging than scoring. However, the opener will be found in unexpected fashion. Boom, always wins. Oh, what the goal! No 3 standing tackles, but back in the W column. Match 5 was in a dumpster. Location, United Kingdom. Playing in the game type outlined, which was the one we previously lost in, this was beyond cheesy. And they scored. And they scored a second. What the heck is this? Before I knew it, it was 8-0 for the opponents. I need one more XP, hurry. I need one more trick. Just give me the ball. Come on. Let me get the ball. Move out my way. Why are you shooting? Chroonasio is the one who's supposed to defend. Regardless, off to Eastern Europe. Not a specific country, just the area in general where the goal type is elevated. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Some of these moments made no sense to me, but if you look closely in the instruction manual, it becomes understandable. Welcome to basketball, played with our feet. All you need to do is chip shots, which proved to be challenging. Also, unlucky to those living beside this pitch, having to constantly fix their windows. The opponents scored first, while we couldn't get one until late. Too little, too late, with the opposition being able to grab a second. Afterwards, we reached Fame Level 2, which unlocks some items and earns you 4 game boosters. Although, EA has to cover their ass and say, boosters does not represent real football. EA's just backing themselves in the corner like, game boosters are not meant to represent steroids, guys. You can apply these prior to starting the match. We then received a message from Frank Scorpio, a football agent who promised to find Chroonasio a professional club. Then his teammate Ferrer commented on his new boots. Alright. We also earned the ability to shave his goatee into a mustache. Throw down some tricks and get noticed out there. Fame moment. Do not use any trick moves. Sticking to Eastern Europe, instead of football basketball, it's back to that regular shit, but with the nets cut in half. I could have gotten a block shot quickly. If I constantly shoot, maybe rebounds will appear. 15 seconds later, that would work. Additionally, you can tell teammates to shoot the ball by pressing B and grab the rebound. It ended up going into golden goal, where a unique way to win was found. I'm just gonna ask for a lob pass. Oh, never mind, we win. Returning to Brazil with mini nets, this format should be difficult to score in. Who's Chan? That is Chan. Why do I have to tackle a defender? Despite it being the smallest net, this game mode is the easiest to score in. What was that? A lot simpler than tackling the opponent's defender Chan twice. An idea was to kick the ball towards him so it'd be easier to tackle him, but he just immediately passes it. No, Chan, why did you pass? How did he score that? With a score of 12 all, it was golden goal, and while the fame moment couldn't be achieved, Chroonasio did score the last goal, which was an objective. In our second and last match, we were losing in the half goal contest, which included sacrificing future children. Good block. Come on, score please. Oh, I sacrificed my children for that. Thankfully, it was pushed into golden goal, where Chroonasio was able to complete the final fame moment with the winner. After an impressive performance, Agent Frank Scorpio tells us to pick a club we're most interested in. After long discussions with the entourage, Blackpool was chosen. The last regular street match was back into the dumpsters, losing with half-sized nets. What were these 10 fixtures all for? Realistically, they are solely there to build up your players overall and fame, because nothing technically mattered up to this point. As I learned from my Wii phone, a guy named Amundsen stated we needed to win the next 3 matches to become Street Super Cup champs. All those wacky game types played, forget about it. It's only indoor football, which I have plenty of experience in. Can't use skill moves? While being told to complete a wall pass after performing a trick. Fame moments aside, this was simple thanks to this game booster being applied. Moving on to the semis against Backstreet Blazers, one of the fame moments was to do a specific celebration. They don't state anywhere on how to do it, so score as many goals required until it's performed. There we go, running fist. A 7-3 win sent us to the final, earning fame level 3 in the process. That gave us a new trick pack. Yeah, you don't get to use every single trick due to the limits on the Wii controls. The final was up, and Alton Top phoned in to say it was now or never. I guess this would be his biggest achievement as a footballer compared to his bronze medal at Euro 2008. In the final, as a 75 overall defender, Chroonasio balled out and scored 6 in an 8-0 victory. Despite all the celebrations, this fame moment never arrived. The Falcon Noir are Street Super Cup champs, a monumental achievement nobody will remember. Season 1 is done, and we were given a success rating of good. Afterwards, Agent Scorpio revealed 6 offers. Our entourage decided to go with Blackpool in the Premier League and join their first season in the top flight since 1971. It got even better after a phone call from Charlie Adam. It was going to be a difficult campaign. With only 10 games, Didn't know the Premier League changed the format, which included 9 home fixtures. It's the Wii, so I imagine EA decided not to overcomplicate things by giving us an actual amount of fixtures in a season. Based on this chart, I believe you can only play 5 seasons in this mode, which includes the streak campaign. As the team's highest overall player, how will the legend of the Chinese David Luiz Chroonasio begin at Blackpool? No slide tackles, come on. Finally, we see the glorious paper fans. Despite the position, Chroonasio was getting into dangerous scoring spots. Then, with a corner, I realized it was the 90th minute already? I played on 2-minute halves, but I hadn't seen half time. In actuality, we were subbed in the 55th minute and ended in a 2-all draw. No more goals conceded thanks to the Chroonasio effect. Now it was time for Chroonasio's Premier League starting debut versus Wolves before the Portuguese invasion. An early shot showcased the type of defender he was. Oh, I wasn't talking about Chroonasios, rather the opponents. Yeah, he was out of position. Then, prior to half,
well, that's a good ball. Oh, the referee sent him off.
No!
I don't think he's ever been shown a red card before. Oh, the card's red. He's off. He can't believe it.
Not a red card on my debut.
It's not like him.
No!
Signals the end of the game, and it finishes 1-0.
Despite the rules stating that a red card suspends you, Chroonasio was allowed to play in the next match. So ignore the previous fixture. This is the true debut. Our opponents had Peter Odemwingie, and he didn't do much.
No.
Near the end though, disaster struck.
Oh, the card's red.
Red card? What? No, okay, good.
He's never been dismissed before.
Okay.
It's just
The
not
commentator just lied. A 0-0 draw, but hey, a clean sheet. Following, training versus Rayo Vallecano? Alright, free XP and fame, I suppose. Next up is a classic Bolton side with UC Jaskalainen, Gary Cahill, Martin Petrov, and Johan Elmander. Nice job telling a center back to get 2 assists. Even when providing golden opportunities, oh, mate, you gotta score that. In spite of a late Bolton chance, this ended 0-0 again. West Ham followed, and Mark Noble banged in a free kick and did the Nani celebration. In response, Chroonasio did everything, tackling Scott Parker and sending Varney through, but shot it like Barney. That wouldn't be the case in the second half, as the box-to-box center back broke through, only to be stopped. But the rebound to Varney found the net. Chroonasio continued to prove that he is a defender. With a chance to win it, he failed. Another draw. Unlike in real life, the start of the season hadn't been great for Blackpool, and against Zigic's Birmingham City, who won the Carling Cup, they'd opened the scoring. Taylor Fletcher made a terrible pass. Yes, that is Chroonasio out of position. Let's also not talk about him blocking a sure goal. Varney 1-on-1, misses the net. A loss was confirmed when Chroonasio continued not to learn what his position meant. In our solo away match, we traveled to the cottage where they asked Chroonasio not to get a red card. Easy enough. It was a game filled with missed chances until a plan was made. When we get the ball, I'm just going to go forward and try to win us the game. Not like that has worked so far, but that's the plan. El plan.
threw himself at it. Yes, it's in. They're in front of us.
The plan did not go according. Yet another defeat. The good news is that Fame Level 4 was reached, making Chroonasio a fan favorite. You can tactically criticize his play, but at least he's entertaining to watch. I also accidentally threw out 3 game boosters. What? No! With fan favorite status, Taylor Fletcher phoned in to let us know. Coach Ian Holloway was under a lot of pressure to find a win, so the idea? Travel to Mexico for indoor futsal. Would that trip help against Aston Villa? Not with Chroonasio's shooting ability. Stopped not once, but twice. That's unlike Ultimate Team's early pace demon, Gabby Agbonlahor, who scored, mostly because Chroonasio was out of position. Opposing his raging manager's wishes, he went up the pitch and slide tackled the ball to win himself a 1-on-1. Only to miss, of course. Of course he misses. Another loss. The penultimate match was more of the same. Despite the performances and results, Chroonasio's overall is 80. Could we finally win? Great ball. Come on. You got this, Varney. Before the final match, a phone call arrived from Agent Scorpio. What club do you want to play for next season? I think Chroonasio would fit perfectly at Spurs. Our season finale is against Manchester City, the toughest opponent so far.
They are a passing team. They like to make the ball. And a goal! And surprise, surprise, it's the away team who lead.
The response was strong, with Varney finding a big chance, which is where Chroonasio steps in.
Shoots. Yes! Oh,
Let's go!
Something you may have noticed through these games is that whenever a player gets one-on-one with the keeper, they are stopped or completely miss the net. That's probably because their ratings are too low. Unlike Yaya Toure. On a day Chroonasio actually scores, it would be typical that Blackpool would lose. And James Milner confirmed that. To not make everything terrible, Chroonasio said flub it and scored a second. Still a loss, and in a normal season, 0 wins would result in relegation. Before worrying about the logic of everything, Stephen Craney phoned me about the FA Cup. Miraculously, Blackpool were in the quarters. How? That's not important. This brought a prime opportunity to use some game boosters. On fire, which means your entire team will have full stats for the entire match. That was needed when facing an incredible Chelsea side. In theory, Blackpool would be a 99 overall team, and it looked promising with Chroonasio getting himself into scoring territory, but he didn't shoot. Still, more chances arrived for the Tangerines. However, spaces were left behind, and Chroonasio, trying to cover his tracks, led to Michael Essien pulling a roulette on the Chinese David Luiz. And then another. There was no need to worry with the booster we applied. Then, in the second half,
he's given it, and possibly a booking here, I would think. Oh, he's shown him a red. The referee pointed to the dressing room. He's off. Well, it looked like
how is that a red card?
Getting sent off like that.
Okay, I can see why that's a red
It's
card.
all over. Rules are rules. They simply don't have enough players on the field, and they forfeit the game.
What? Why is that a thing? What? That would end Chroonasio's career in England. He was singled out for Blackpool's downfall and was no longer wanted in the Premier League. A change of scenery was needed, but the options given from Frank Scorpio were bleak. Although, he could go to the MLS and team up with Thierry Henry.
Stop talking.
Unfortunately, his entourage has the humor of a teenager going through puberty because he signed for the Brest. What? Because he signed for Brest.
Do you think Brest could get exposed tonight?
I hope so.
Not as a center back, but as a right back. I mean, that's fair enough. It plays to his strengths more. The team was weaker than Blackpool, yet so were most of the opponents Brest would face. The initial call with his teammate was good, especially when he said Chroonasio made the jump to the pros look easy. Did you call the right guy? Well, on his debut versus Valenciennes, the right back would score on his debut. A genius signing already, he'd find his second late on to earn his first victory as a professional footballer. Took bloody long enough. The good results continued against Arles Avignon, who are now in the 4th tier. Makes sense with the stadium. Grugi's great free kick was enough for the win. Incredible what a change of scenery does to a man. Khan then introduced Chroonasio's future best friend. The opponents weren't a joke though, as they equalized and made it tough to find opportunities. That was until the final seconds.
He's having a go. Oh, could still...
Yes!
Oh,
We win!
it's been such a good goal.
Chroo, the GOAT!
Oh, that's what you love.
Chroo's brace for a 3rd straight win. After a training match, it was Nancy next. Despite a dominating performance, goals couldn't be found, ending in a scoreless draw. Now, the big game. Brest versus Ass. I'm literally an adult. Why am I making this joke? The massive rivalry that got everyone raving, Saint Etienne provided the biggest challenge so far. Chroonasio was being greedy with the shots he was taking, but did not neglect his defensive responsibilities. Unfortunately, a free kick was conceded, and from the few examples shown so far, Chroonasio had a genius plan.
Worth a go. Smacked against the post.
As planned, Etienne would grab the opener with Bergesio given a little too much time to shoot. Chroo struggled to find chances, and when he did, the iron was struck. A final chance for Brest arrived in the 90th. Great play between Chroonasio, Les Wamiens, and Roux, leading to the former getting a big chance.
Gotta have a go. Keep Keeper blocks it.
Come on, no!
Down the pitch, Borgesio grabbed the second in ways that defied physics. The debate came to its conclusion. The good news is that Chroonasio social media following increased, aka Fame Level 5 was earned, making him the EA Sports MVP. MVP of what? I don't know, but the commentators mentioned it in the next match
You
versus
may have
Rennes.
heard the recent announcement of the latest EA Sports MVP. You may not agree with the selection of the winner. Well, he's playing in this one. Chance to show us why he's so highly rated.
We also have the trophy in my career stats. Plus, a teammate was happy about the achievement. Finally, green hair was unlocked. This magically grew some hair on Chroonasio's head. Unfortunately, not all areas. Debuting the new hairstyle, the goal scoring returned. Even Chroo was revitalized by the hair, returning to his form. One thing that couldn't be done was get 8 shots on target as a fame moment. He's a right back. With Brest returning to the win column, it'd be tricky maintaining that versus FC Lorient, a decent team with Gamero and Boomba and more. None matched Chroonasio though, who chipped the keeper. Fans were loving the green-haired mustachio.
Going on with, that was an important goal.
The fans are chanting, Chroonasio, Chroonasio. He is our man, he is our man, Chroonasio.
Gamero wasn't going to let the right back overshadow him with a well-placed shot outside the box. Chroonasio responded with potentially the goal of the century.
Stunner, absolute stunner.
A 1-yard banger. Chroo got the third much later on as another victory was earned. Futsal practice got in between the next fixture, which would be Nice. Chroonasio didn't need to worry as he was subbed on at halftime 4-0 up. Why? I don't know. Also, ignore Nice grabbing 2 after his introduction. Auxerre was actually challenging since Yellen was allowed to score within the first 10 minutes. Yes, he was very much out of position. In the second half, Chroonasio turned into the Joker. Because how did he trick the ref into thinking this was a penalty? A massive dive leading to a red card, followed by Brest's equalizer. With a man advantage, the team pushed until the 90th minute, where Chroonasio drove up the pitch with the ball. A failed pass was won back, and he decided, I can do this myself. Getting himself into the box, his initial attempt was stopped, but the cheeky rebound was not. It's just a shame that nobody in this world cares about the league, because surely Brest would be near the top. In the final match against Lille, Chroonasio continued the scoring. Despite facing Gervinho, Johan Cabaye, and Eden Hazard, another win came to conclude Ligue 1.
Hazard, get away from me.
The fourth official has the board with the time the referee wants added on.
No, piss off, Hazard.
Has a crop.
No!
The chase for fame really gets into players' heads. Speaking of that, level 6 makes you the captain. That allows you to change the lineup and be in charge of set pieces. We also combined our game boosters, leaving us with 4 rare ones, which will be used in the Coupe Nationale. Finally, our overall rose all the way up to 87. 98 shooting, 99 ball control, 80 tackling, and 99 speed. Ebola phoned in to emphasize the importance of the cup. Unlike at Blackpool, there is a good feeling. Although, like Blackpool, Brest were in the quarterfinals, where they clashed with PSG before they got money. People don't know, but this was the match Nasser Al-Khelaifi came to watch before finalizing the purchase of Paris Saint-Germain to Qatar. He'd be in for a big surprise, with game booster Big versus Little, which did.
What the hell is this? Makalele. This is so
That's where you want to
fun.
pick it up. Danger here. It's in. And Cooper didn't like it.
It was Chroonasio's first appearance as captain, and the Smurfs of PSG scored a header?
How are we allowing someone who's 3'2" to score a header?
No need to fear, obviously. Their keeper is a shrimp. Coupe was once a great goaltender, but without height, what can you expect? Still, that didn't stop how this next moment felt.
Ever in your life again.
What the goal! I wasn't sure what I was doing there, but I hit it top bins. Oh, let's dance.
Following the victory, PSG's takeover collapsed, while Brest faced Marseille in the semi-finals. Chroonasio overall bumped up to 88, and the boosters used was shooting confidence with a tackling boost. What did the former do?
What a goal by Chroo!
This boost is overpowered, but the tackling boost didn't work as well, with Marseille equalizing. It's also not ideal when the ref only gives a yellow for this tackle. In the second half, it felt like everyone's attributes except for shooting got nerfed.
My other attributes seem to have like gone down to 0, like for other players too. I did not want to shoot that.
If all our shots are missiles, let's just try and shoot anywhere on the pitch. Off to the final. Everyone knew the importance of this upcoming match.
Let me make another phone call to a doctor.
I thought Lyon would be the opponents, but instead, it was Bordeaux. Chroonasio would improve to 89 overall, and for the game boosters, we applied the Intimidator, which means the keeper can't catch the ball, and On Fire, which was used against Chelsea last year.
There's been a lot of interest in this one, not least because we've had reports that one of the teams are especially revved up. How will they perform?
With the keeper parrying the ball in every attempt, this felt like a sure victory, although the boosts used previously were much better. It took longer than expected, but in the 45th minute, after blasting the ball at Chroo, Chroonasio would tackle the ball from the opponents straight to our guy Chroo. Chroonasio wouldn't be kept off the score sheet either, as the cup looked certain. It soon was confirmed, as the Chinese David Luiz went from Premier League failure into a revolutionary right back. The Coupe Nationale was won, which in this timeline was Brest's first trophy since 1990 in what was an excellent season. Despite the dumbed down leagues and cups, it was an interesting player career mode. Maybe it was too easy to become a beast, but I think this mode did everything it intended. While I still prefer the FIFA 09 career mode, this wasn't far off. The controls were solid for FIFA on the Wii, and while there are flaws, I think the developers that made it hit the right boxes. Unfortunately, I didn't reach the fame level that would see Chroonasio on the cover of FIFA.